All right, guys, we've got the new Alpha Rex headlights installed on the car. As you can see, I took the front bumper off. I took it off right after I put it back on last night because the HT Auto's front lip is coming off. The HT Auto's front lip has served us well. Like I said in the review, it's a great budget-friendly lip that's gonna stand up to the abuse of a daily driver. I've scraped it multiple times going in and out of my driveway, and it's taken it like a champ. However, we are changing things up. You'll see in a later video. If you think you know what's going on in the car, comment down below. But for now, I need to hop in the GR86 and get it turned around because we are installing another set of taillights. Stop. I already know what you guys are gonna say. Kevin, how many goddamn taillights are you gonna put on this car? I don't know, okay? Some people buy a lot of shoes, some people buy a lot of watches. I buy a lot of taillights. And when I first got this car, I told you guys we were gonna turn this into a JDM inspired street build. So I've been using JDM parts where I can. That's why we have all the Cusco suspension parts, the Brid seats. And today we're gonna be installing some taillights from none other than Valenti of Japan. I literally had them overnighted from Japan. One, because I've always wanted to say that I did that, and two, because I wasn't sure that they were gonna get here in time. Let's open these things up. Oh man. Look at this dope packaging, guys. Let's do a quick little unboxing here and see what's all inside. So these are the Valenti Dual LED Ultra taillights. Packaged very well. Don't know what any of this says. I feel like these are gonna fly off. It's super windy today. And of course the taillights themselves. I hope I don't drop this doing this with one hand. Oh God. Got some harnesses that I wasn't expecting. Holy shit, guys. Look at these. These are gonna look so good on the car. Oh my God. So it turns out the install for these is a little bit more involved than I had originally expected. I thought maybe they would just be plug and play like most other taillights. However, they come with this harness right here, which has some anti-fuses on there, which means this probably needs to be routed to the fuse box underneath the dash. So we're gonna have to tear up some of the interior. Not a huge deal. On the back side, there's some more wiring. This connects to the OEM harness. This goes to the harness that goes to the fuse box, and then we have a couple wires here, which I'm assuming control the sequential turn signals, maybe? I don't know. We're gonna have to figure it out, so bear with me. Let's get these HRS taillights off the car. I'm not gonna put you guys through the whole install process again, because by now you should have seen the install videos for the multiple taillights I've tested already. I pulled the car out to show you guys how to route the harness. On each side, down in this gap behind the bumper, there's gonna be a small plug. Let me see if I can show you guys on the back side. Right there in between the middle of those two bolts, you can see that small black plug there. We're gonna remove that, and that is how we're gonna get the harness from outside the car into the trunk and then route it to the front of the car. I'm gonna push that plug out from the inside of the car. I'm gonna make sure that I grab it out here so it just doesn't fall down and get stuck in the bumper somewhere. Come on. There it is, just a small black plug. Now we can take the included shorter harnesses that have the built-in plug. You're gonna wanna take the female side and feed it through that hole that we just opened up. and then make sure that plug is seated correctly so no moisture gets inside the car. Let me show you guys how I have the harness routed. So we've got the short harnesses that go from the outside of the car to the inside through those holes that we opened up. Again, both sides. And then on the inside, we've got them plugged into the main harness, and both of those go over to the driver's side. And I've got it going back through here. Let's see if I can brighten this up for you. And through that gap on the side panel, and then it's routed down here to the front of the side panel. I popped this open so that I could reach back there and pull the wires through. And then we've got this door sill piece popped off, and then I pulled the carpet up a little bit as well to reveal the clips that hold the main harness in. And I opened up those and just ran these wires through them to make sure they stay in place and they don't get caught on anything. And then we've got the ADA fuses on this end, and these will install into the fuse box that's underneath the dash here. And I'll show you which fuses we need to tap into. Here's the layout for the fuse box underneath the dash. The yellow ADA fuse is gonna need to go to the amp location on the bottom right here. It's a 15 amp fuse. And then the red ADA fuse is gonna go to the radio location, which is the top right, and that's a 7.5 amp fuse. Back inside the trunk, I've got the harness zip tied to the OEM harness following all around the edge there. And then the excess just zip tied back here. Now I just need to get all this tidied up, and then we're gonna drive this thing back inside the garage before we install the taillights, because it's starting to look like it's gonna rain. I forgot something important, guys. Since these taillights are from Japan, they're wired for the JDM cars, which are pinned differently than our USDM cars. So I had to take a little bit of time to repin the connectors. It's easy to do. You just take a pair of pliers, pull out the white piece in the connector here, then take a pick tool, lift up on the locks that you'll see, and then you'll be able to pull the wires out. You just need to swap the yellow and the green wires, and then everything will work like it's supposed to. Now let's talk about the 3 different sets of wires on the back side here. The blue controls the turn signal. So if you leave them unplugged, you're gonna get a sequential turn signal. If you plug them in, it's a normal blinking turn signal. The green here controls the side marker. If you plug them in, your side marker will turn on. If you unplug them, your side markers will no longer turn on. The white controls the parking and the brake light function. So on these taillights, let's say you have those unplugged. When you turn the lights on, this boomerang section is going to light up, and that is going to be your parking light, and that's how it's gonna look when you turn your headlights on. And then when you brake, this middle section here is going to be the brake light. If you plug that in, when you turn your headlights on, the boomerang section lights up and this middle section lights up. And then when you step on the brake, this middle section here gets brighter. So depending on your preference, you can plug it in or disconnect it. I'm gonna leave it disconnected because I like having the parking light as just this boomerang, and then when I step on the brakes, this middle section lights up. So let's go ahead and get these installed on the car, and then I can finally run through the functions with you guys. Hop inside the car and we'll run through the functions. We'll start by turning the lights on. So this is what the taillights are gonna look like at night when you're driving around with your headlights on. Again, you can actually change this to have it be both the boomerang and the vertical bars if you connect the right connections on the back side. I don't remember which ones they were, but I left them so that it's just the boomerang because I think that looks really aggressive and it looks really good for the rear end of the car. Now I'll step on the brake and you'll see those vertical bars in the middle light up. And then we'll hit the hazards and you'll see that clear section on the bottom of the taillight with the sequential turn signals. Again, you can have just normal blinking turn signals if you want. You just need to, I think, disconnect the blue wires is what it was to get the normal blinking. But again, I really like the sequential turn signals, so we're gonna keep it as that. So let me turn the lights off and we'll step on the brake so you guys can see the brake light without the lights on. And then same thing for the turn signals. And then if I take the keys out of my pocket here, if I lock the car, you should see the locking animation. And then if I unlock it, you'll get the double sequential turn signal for the unlock.
What do you guys think? I'm curious to hear your thoughts. I know some people will absolutely hate these and some of you will really like them. I absolutely love how these look. I love the red on red. Even when I had the stock taillights on the car with my red overlays on the turn signals, I thought they looked amazing. So I'm tempted to play around with some overlays for that bottom section there. Maybe a dark smoke, maybe a red to make it completely red. I don't know. I can't stop staring at these guys. I honestly think they look so good. That boomerang is so aggressive. I love the vertical bars for the brake lights. It's so good. And seeing these new parts on the car just make me so excited for SEMA. But I've got to call it for tonight. I'm hoping you guys are enjoying the SEMA prep. If you are, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow.